Hey guys, welcome back to the Farmers Footy channel, and make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share this video. I'm going to remind you guys at the beginning so I don't forget. But today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I play a lot of these fantasy games, Fantasy Premier League, and now the Fantasy UCL. So I just wanted to take you guys over with my draft. This is just sort of what I'm thinking right now. I know the Champions League starts tomorrow, but I might still tinker some stuff around. But I just want to go over, I guess, what I'm thinking and who I think are good picks for the Champions League. Starting at goalkeeper, here I sort of, if you like David Raya, I would say he's a solid pick considering Arsenal have fairly good fixtures. But what I'm thinking right now is I want to save a bit of money because I have a lot of expensive players coming up. So this is a great spot for me to get the likes of Lucas Chevalier, who's only 4.5 million, and although PSG have somewhat difficult fixtures, their first game is Atalanta at home, which I don't think they should struggle with. So I do think they will keep a clean sheet that game. So my first goalie is going to be Lucas Chevalier. And my second pick is going to be, um, where is he? Juan Garcia. So let me just search for him. Uh, so yeah, my second pick is going to be Juan Garcia. Once again, not necessarily. I think Barca have fairly decent fixtures. They do have Newcastle away first, in which they could concede, but I just really like the fact that you can get Barcelona's starting keeper for only 4.5 million, and I think he'll be fairly good for most of the season. So yeah, I've gone with a pairing of two 4.5 million goalkeepers who both play for top teams, and I definitely think they will get some clean sheets. Although might change Juan Garcia because he doesn't have the greatest first fixture. But I think for the price, overall, I think this is a pretty good two keepers to have and just like sort of forget about. As for defenders, I have another value pick here in Gerard Martin. So, oh god, yeah. So again, I know they don't have the greatest first fixture, but 4 million by the way. And with Balde out right now, I think Gerard Martin is nailed to start at left back. You're getting a starting left back for Barcelona for only 4 million. And although maybe he isn't as attacking as Balde, I think he still gets up there. He can still put a cross in. So yeah, I like that pick for only 4 million. Next, again, I have an Arsenal defender here. So I have Mosquera. So with Saliba's injury, I think Mosquera should be pretty nailed on starter for this game. This one, I will say, um, buy at your own risk because I do see a world in which Mosquera doesn't start. I don't know. Maybe Arteta will start someone like Gabriel and Calafiori or I don't know, Ben White or something weird, right? Never know. Just because maybe he wants to rest Mosquera for the Prem. But for 4.5 million, getting an Arsenal starting center back is again a great value pick for me. So this is a risk I'm willing to take. If he doesn't start in UCL Fantasy, you can obviously make subs live. So I like that. If he doesn't start, I can just bench him and bring someone else on. Another defender I'm gonna have here is Poro. So this I think is gonna be an underrated pick. Maybe he's only 5 million, only selected by 6%. And I think Spurs fixtures just overall are great. I'm gonna get a starting right back who's very attacking on some set pieces as well. I think Pedro Porro is probably one of my favorite picks that I have. Then before I pick my last two defenders, I just want to go over some of the popular ones and let you guys know what I think of them. Hakimi, Nuno Mensch, I think they're great, but 6 million is too much. Dumfries again, 6 mil is a bit much for me. Van Dijk, too much. Dean Huijsen is actually a defender I do have in my team. For only 4.5 million, you're getting a starting defender for Real Madrid. They have Marseille at home in their first game, and I think that's an excellent fixture. I see Real getting away with a clean sheet in that game. So yes, I like that. And the other defender I have is there he is, Kanate. So he is quite expensive. Again, this is potentially a position I might change, but they have Atletico at home, and I do think they will get a clean sheet in that game. And I think in general, Liverpool have fairly favorable fixtures, so I do like the Kanate pick. He is quite expensive. He is only 0.5 cheaper than Van Dijk. So for that reason, I may choose to not include him in my final draft, but I have him for now. Now the midfield. Now there's gonna be a lot of heavy lifters here. So I have Salah here, but I don't know how great I feel about having Salah. It's just that he hasn't had like the greatest start to the season, and for 10.5 million, you really want, I guess, someone who's going to be getting a lot more, goals and assists for you. But for now, I have included him. The rest of my midfield is, I guess, decent priced. So I have Rafinha actually as my other midfielder. I think he just is a must. I think in that Newcastle game, if I see anyone scoring, it will probably be Rafinha. I'm not sure if Lewandowski or Ferran will start. So for the forward position, I didn't feel safe enough picking either one of them. Yamal looks like he's going to be injured as well. So I have gone with Rafinha, and if Lewandowski doesn't start, I could see Rafinha being on penalties as well, because Yamal will be gone, and if Lewandowski's not on the pitch, I think Rafinha will probably take it. So that's an added bonus. Next, I have picked. Let's see, who do I wanna? Let's go for. Let's reveal Barcola. So only 10% owned, but I love Bradley Barcola as a player, and I think against Atlanta, expect him to have a big game. He should play a lot of minutes because Doué and Dembele are injured, and Kavicha actually got injured as well. So I'm seeing Barcola getting a lot of minutes, and I think he's probably going to be the best attacker in that PSG team that's fit right now. I see him being involved in everything. He's a wonderful player, and I think he will be involved in any of PSG's attacks and their goals. So at 7.5 million, this is a no-brainer for me. Bradley Barcola will not be leaving my team. Next, I have going with another Spurs player. I have Kudus. So this one I'm also a little bit iffy about, just because I don't know if his like attacking potential is there. But I think at 7 million, it's a fairly good price. And as I mentioned, I really like Spurs' fixtures. So I do want to have a Spurs attacker in here. And the safest bet that I could think of for someone who I think will start most of these games will be Kudus. So I have included him in here. And my final pick, actually, before I get to my final pick, let's just look at the popular ones. Vitinha, I don't think you guys should pick him. Um, he's not the type of player who's going to get you a lot of points. Like for example, he's the same price as Kudus, and I think he has worse fixtures. So I don't like Vitinha for this at all. Olise, I think is a solid pick. He does have Chelsea first, and a bit of me, like I am a Bayern fan, so a bit of me doesn't want to pick Bayern players just because I'll be happy even if they score regardless. So I always try to steer clear of Bayern players when I do this. So, but I think he's a great pick if you guys do go for him. João Neves, again, not an attacking enough player for me to pick him. Declan Rice, I actually think is a solid pick because he's on those corners where Arsenal get a lot of their goals. Vinny Jr., I did have in one of my earlier drafts, but he isn't in it anymore because of my final pick, who you'll see in a second here. Valverde, not for me. Probably only going to be getting goals through long shots. Reindeers, again, not for me. Kimmich is on set pieces for 6.5 million. I think is a decent pick as well. I wouldn't be against it. My final pick though is Arda Güler. 6 million. I think that's very cheap. I think he, from what I've seen from Madrid, he's getting involved a lot in the attacking plays. Definitely more likely to get you an assist than a goal, I would say. But I think for 6 million, it's a very solid pick. And if I had an extra half a million in this team, I would probably upgrade him to someone like Kenan Yildiz, who we were about to get to actually. So I think Kenan Yildiz is a great selection as well, and I would like potentially go to him if I could alter my team a little bit. Finally, we have forwards. So okay, one's a no-brainer. We have Kylian Mbappe. Started this season off very strong. I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. You have to have Kylian Mbappe, especially when he's playing Marseille at home. He could even get a hat trick this game. And spoiler, he is my captain for the Tuesday game. Next, I don't have Harry Kane. Again, this might just be bias because I'm a Bayern fan. But also they are playing Chelsea. It's going to be tough to predict who's going to score this game. I do think he's still a good pick. Wouldn't say it's a bad pick if you guys want to go for him. I've gone for Erling Haaland as my second premium. I think Napoli at home, although not easy, I think Haaland has been really, really hot at the start of the season. I think he will continue so. And my final pick, I only have 6 million left, as you can see. So this last pick, I'm not very happy about, but I think it's good enough. So that is Jonathan David. So I really like Jonathan David as a player, but my only thing is I don't know if he starts. And if he starts, I think 6 million for him is a steal. But and he has started a good amount of games, but just that benching on the weekend against Inter, where they played Vlahovic up top instead, makes me have some doubts. But if Jonathan David does start, I'll be very happy. And yeah, this is how my team sort of come together right now. Other attackers that I like João Pedro, but he does have Bayern away first game. I like Guirassy. I think I would have gone for Guirassy if I did have 2 million. Lewandowski, again, I would stay clear of for now, this first week, because we don't know if Ferran is going to start or Lewandowski is going to start. Ekatike, decent pick, but I feel like eventually, he might start playing left wing. He might start getting benched a bit once Isak's in the team. So, you might have him this week. Yes, he'll probably start against Atleti, but he may not start in the upcoming weeks. So I decided to steer clear of that pick. Marcus Thuram, I did like, is a bit expensive. I would really like to get some Inter players into this team, although I don't think Inter are like amazing this season under Christian Kivu. I just think they are playing Ajax, and I think they can do pretty well against Ajax. So, Lautaro, Marcus Thuram, I do like. Isak, I'd stay clear of. He's probably not going to play. Alvarez is injured, been ruled out for that game, wouldn't play. And yeah, I think that's enough. And Ferran Torres, as I mentioned, sort of with Lewandowski, we don't really know who's going to start. But if we do find out, one of them is starting, I think they're a great pick as well. So this is what I have as my team. And if we organize this by date, this is how my team is going to be lining up. Oh, whoops, what did I do? Yeah, so this, my starting 11, so you want basically in UCL Fantasy, I don't know why this is being weird, but okay, let's just skip this. So I'm going to captain Mbappe because he plays on the 16th. So basically you can have a captain on the 16th, and if he doesn't do well, you can change it to someone on the 17th or 18th. Give me a name. I usually do this because I can do something like this. Nice. I'm a UCL fan, so yeah, my team's gonna be named like that. And yeah, I'm gonna captain Haaland. We'll go with that. Let's save the team. And yeah, here you can adjust who's starting. So I'm gonna do this by date, and then so Konate plays on the 17th. If you look at the date, Rafinha we're gonna bench for now. Kudus we're gonna bring in. We're gonna bench Haaland for now, and Guler we're gonna bring in, and we'll bench Gerard Martin and Lucas Chevalier. So as you can see here, the players who are playing later will start on the bench, and the players who are playing already will be in the starting 11. And then after the 16th or the 17th, I can see who scored the lowest and sub them out for these players who play on the 18th. And you can also change your captain. So I'm starting with Mbappe, but let's say Mbappe blanks. I might switch it to maybe Barcola or maybe Salah would be my second captain. And if they also do poorly on the final day, I think I'll go for Haaland probably. But yeah, that's my team right now as it's looking right now. I'm excited for the Champions League to get started. Let me know if you guys think I missed any players that I should have, how I could use my money better. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of my team. And yeah, please subscribe, like, and share this video. There's going to be a lot more content coming soon. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.